Yeah.
Are you there?
Out here in no man's land. Let's see if I can
I have tried. Where are you?
if I stand up, maybe I'll get better service.
Well, don't forget I can edit this, okay?
I
So,
am
first of all,
down here at our pasture.
nice.
I just spent a ridiculous amount of time trying to find these
I've tried
hoods.
several different ways to get this done.
That is so funny.
And I clearly don't know.
Standing in my kitchen.
I
So
clearly
go
don't know how
figure.
to do
And of course, I do
anything
have touch up
in
my appearance because
TikTok
everybody
Live.
wants to be shiny and look like they're 85 when they're
No worries.
And so that's what cameras,
It took me a while to get
especially
going.
phones tend to do to us.
That's
But
hilarious.
it's also
Well,
tradition
for anyone who's new
of being
here,
on
this is
TikTok
PJ
and
Bryant. She's a
having them
roper.
make
She
you
has a
look
bunch of
better than you do.
horses, obviously
I
a
look
woman.
better
I don't
than I
have
do
no
right
idea
now.
why I said that.
That's okay,
Um,
right?
what else do you do, PJ?
So I'm gonna what's that called when you I'm gonna edit this
I
anyways.
work
So
in
let me try.
telecommunications. I'm a network operations technician. And I've grown up on a ranch
So
my
how
whole
did I get
life,
to
and
TikTok? Why did I get to
now I live
TikTok, and why
what
did
I
I
call
stick
in
around
town.
TikTok?
I can see
This
my
is
neighbor's house, so
story
it's in
of a
town.
toxic 10
Yeah,
months
that's so
on
funny.
TikTok.
So I'm east of Colorado Springs, out in the
My name is
country, if you
Diana.
will.
I am an energy reader.
And
That is a
yes, I can
psychic,
also see my
communicator, a
Yeah,
nonverbal communicator.
I don't want to see them. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes,
all rolled into
yeah.
one.
Growing
What
up,
is a nonverbal communicator?
growing
A
up, could
nonverbal
not see the
communicator might be
figures.
someone who
Oh.
talks to an autistic
That's so
person
fun.
that does not have
Well,
the
we're
ability
going to
to
do a little
communicate
horse
themselves,
communication here,
coma,
and
dementia,
PJ,
plus
you
objects,
you
trees,
pick the horse.
houses,
What I will do is I
rocks,
will
I'm
give you some
talking
evidence about that
succulents.
horse that
He's
you.
right. This is him right here.
But that isn't where
Okay.
I started.
What's his name?
So where I started
Come here,
was
Steve. Say hi,
with
Nick.
tarot, actually. I started with tarot, I started with the cards, and then I moved into mediumship.
Tell me his name again.
And then I moved
Just
into
for X.
communication, and then I
Just the letter
realized
X,
some
okay.
unique things about
And
the
he's
way
a
that I
quarter
did
horse,
things.
and he's a
It
gelding,
created
yes?
just an
That's
energy
him.
reading situation, so I traded.
All right.
Yes, he is.
Now,
Here we
all
go.
of this
No
did not
performance
go
issues
well on
here.
TikTok. So when I first started, I had a survey from some other mediums, or with
I'm
some
so
other mediums, I should
excited.
say, that I hosted.
Well,
for
Joe, well,
free.
hold on.
It helped all of
I'm
us
so
kind of
nervous.
stay in the flow
Okay.
and get our practice and give us kind of a support
Oh,
group,
don't
if
be
you will.
nervous.
And I thought,
So I
legitimately
want
thought
to
that these
say,
people were friends.
I want to say
And
this
I-
is like, this
you know,
horse
I'm
acts very
not
humble.
sure how else to
I
say
want to
that.
say that you never have any problems with this horse,
one
and
of
he could be
those
three-legged
friends,
lame and still go
we'll
out
call
there and
her
try for you.
Nick.
Would you understand this?
She was in there for about a year, and she started
Yes,
TikTok.
yep.
And so we were
We
all
never
just
have
kinda
any
thinking,
problems with the
you know,
try.
we
That's
do want to move this
Okay.
forward into a side
That's
business
never a
or
problem.
into something that we
Yes,
actually
okay.
charge for.
And then
And everyone in
I
there was
feel like
kind
you
of,
got him from
headed in that
someone, and when
direction.
I
That was
say
kind of the
that, I
intent
feel like it was
of learning
a
lot of this
guy.
stuff and taking
I
the
do feel like
thousands
he
of dollars
was
in
kind of
classes
like
that I
his
had to
rides and
take.
his training
Nick
was
is
put
on
on by a
TikTok, and
guy,
she would
but
kind of
he
circle
loves
us, she would
you
talk about it,
so
and then
much
she reached out
more.
like 15,000
And there's a couple of
viewers,
different
and then
reasons for
eventually
that, but
got
let me
like 20.
validate that you
So
did
the
buy
rest of us
him
was
from
like,
a man.
you know, maybe it is time to start a TikTok. Maybe we're kind of missing the boat
I
here.
did buy him
So
from
I
a man.
go, I make a TikTok.
All right,
And
one of the
first I was
first
just
things
psychic
he
medium
says
Diana.
is your hands.
And this
Your
is where the
hands
fun
are
started.
softer, your
So there was
hands
this
are
other
lighter,
two
and your hands are down where they're
creators, we'll
supposed to
call them
be. Would
Hannah
you
and Matt.
understand how that other
And
person
here's the
rode?
thing, because someone out there is going to say you can't do this, you can't call
Oh,
people
yeah.
out by name, but I can because
Yeah.
it happened to
Okay.
me, and I
He
can prove,
he loves the way you ride.
my
He
story.
loves
And so we're allowed.
he
to
just
talk about
loves
what
the whole
happened to
vibe,
us in our
honestly.
lives.
He
We
said
do
he
still have First
he's
Amendment-
being nice
First
and he's being
Amendment
polite,
rights.
but I
Now,
want to say
by
I
the
want
same
to
token, I'm
manhandled a
not
little
trying
bit
to
in the
get on here and
past.
completely.
Oh my
You know
God!
what, I'm
Yep,
just gonna
you
tell
nailed
my
it.
story
Okay.
and you
That's
can
putting it
decide
very
for yourselves
nicely
how you
too.
wanna
Okay,
take
So
it and
that's
how you
what
wanna take
he's
it.
being
So when
polite.
it first
He's
got
being
there,
very polite,
Hannah
but
and
I
Matt,
feel
you
I
know,
feel
grabbed a hold
I
of
feel
Nick's
kind of
will.
numb right here.
Matt had a
You
yellow
know,
pages
when
of
they've been
psychics, you know,
Oh
that
my
that's never been done
God.
before. You could Google it.
Oh
Anyway,
my
point
God.
is,
Okay.
That makes I
thought
don't
we
even
were,
write him with a bit
you know, I
because
thought
of
we
that.
had meshed.
So
I thought we were
Okay.
like, they were on the
I
same
yeah, I
music,
feel like my
and
I feel like my
did
nerve
not
endings or
realize
something is shot or something.
the
And then
backbiting,
it gets
catfighting,
I
and the cult-like behaviors
causes
of
anxiety or something.
and
All right.
is a very niche.
He's kind of laughing because I do think he knows other. I don't think
so
he's just. I'm not even 100%
Mediumship in
sure
general
that
is
he's
a
a
very
rope
niche.
horse. Would you understand that he knows other events and he considers himself a bit of a jack of all trades?
He does. He does consider
Wonderful.
himself that. I know that.
Nice. I love that. I think I even so you have kids. Yes, I think you've mentioned kids on
I
your
yes,
is
I have
one
one.
of you have one. Is
Uh-huh.
one of them, well, one of them, if you have one, you have one of them. Do you understand that this is the horse that you're gonna put with the junior rodeo vibe?
I got a call, so
Do you need to take it? Are you okay?
I'm no, we're good.
Okay. So he was giving me that junior rodeo vibe, and like this is the horse that you would trust enough to put your kid on for the junior rodeo vibe.
So we've talked about it, but he gets a little high strung every now and then. But I have been training him on the junior rodeo events. So maybe
I
is
love
that
that.
what you're hoping for?
He says he would love it. He says he's a little confused. He says he's a little confused on the hopping off and running away, which would be goats. And so he's a little
Goats, yeah.
confused. He's a little confused. Like, what do I do? Do I stand
Did you
here?
see that ear twitch? Just as you said it, he twitched that ear.
Oh, I didn't.
That's hilarious.
Because I look away so that I'm not distracted a little bit. So I'm not. I look away a little bit. I put on makeup for you, by the way. I just want you to.
I same.
Yeah.
Same. I straightened my hair.
Oh, nice. Okay. Gosh, he's such a he. Okay, so I'm asking him why he gets a little hyper, and I'm telling him that he can bring it down when you're doing the junior rodeo events. He's not always sure when you want him on and when you don't want him on. So if you guys were to work out some sort of a little negotiation, he's willing to negotiate bringing it down at the junior rodeos. He also says the other horses, though, get him hyped up from time to time. Would you understand?
Okay.
Would you understand that he kind of reacts to the environment?
Yes. Yeah, he feeds off of it. Yeah.
Okay. He says go ahead and just have that conversation with him. And there needs to be a code word or a code treat or something that you give him that lets him know this is a junior rodeo. This is a junior rodeo. And I almost feel like it's a peppermint treat of some sort that he can recognize and that he can be like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
We can do that.
Absolutely. And he does bring up, so he's bringing up his front hooves and he's saying, would you understand? I'm not sure if he still gets them, but at one time you would do something different with the farrier with both front hooves. Would you understand that?
Yeah, we've since like changed farriers. So actually,
Okay.
I've been riding him without shoes for the last 4 months,
Loves it.
probably.
Loves it.
Oh,
Loves it. He loves being barefoot.
good.
He feels like he has good hooves, good strong hooves. Yes.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially, he says, if he gets to transition into juniors, we don't need no stinking shoes for juniors. He's kind of comical.
I have felt that because I'm a complete weirdo, and I feel like he's also a weirdo.
Yeah, he absolutely feels comical. He absolutely he's doing the horse lippy thing.
Can I?
You know what I'm?
Can I show you?
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Oh my word. Yes. He's like, we're done. You showed her. We're done.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He loves it. Don't let him tell you to be different. I don't know if he does, but I tell him he does.
That is so funny. So the butt rubs that you're giving him are absolutely his favorite. When you're rubbing his butt, I feel like you're getting in there and you're like thumbing the insides. And then when you come up under his tail and then that little soft spot under the hook of that tail, loves. He's like about 2 more hours of that and I might be happy. So he's a little demanding.
Okay.
He backs
He
up.
is demanding.
Yeah, he's a little demanding. He's backing up into you. He's like, saying, that's not enough. Um, he's brought this up a couple of times. Is I can't really see it, but is this a high wither, a high thin wither?
Yep.
Okay. Whatever you're using for the saddle, it's kind of deadened some of, not you per se, but through the years, it's kind of gotten a little bit of dead
Right.
space right in there. And he's pointing out in my little database up here, you know, those, it's almost like it almost feels like what I think fake boobs feel like. And it comes in a black,
Okay.
it's like a,
Yeah, the silicone. Yeah.
yes, yes. He's saying that you could put something over the withers that would fill in those little hollow spots, and it might be more comfortable. He's not
Okay.
100% sure, but he thinks it might be more comfortable, especially with the heart. So he also ropes, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Because and I know you're a header
Yes, he
already.
does.
Okay. And I already know you're a header. So I feel that stop, and then the saddle moves into that wither
Uh-huh.
area, and it kind of aggravates his little hollow
Okay.
spaces. Um,
Okay.
he said he could stop harder if he wasn't worried about that. I don't know if stopping harder is a thing.
Okay.
I'm not a roper.
I
Is that,
think I know what he's referring to.
okay. Okay. All right. What questions do you have for
We
him?
definitely could get our piece a little better.
What's that? I didn't catch it because of the wind.
I have so many. Sorry. Let me move over here. You can't see me as well, but you can probably hear me better like
Okay.
this. So I have so many questions. I want to know if he's happier because I know before he was mistreated. I kind of want to know some more about the mistreatment and if it, I know it didn't he never ever let it break his spirit. I know that.
So here's what he shows me. He shows me that it was kind of a macho guy who would do some of it for his own, like, I'm looking like a tough guy. Cause he goes, I know I did that right. I know I did that right. But he would still get reprimanded. So it was either someone who didn't know as much as he thought he knew, or it was just kind of so everybody could see him be a big guy. He did a lot of this backing up and just razor on it, just fucking rolling on his mouth. What's that called when seesaw? He would just seesaw
Yeah.
the living shit out of his mouth and make him back up and back up and back up and back up and back up. How annoying. Um,
Yeah.
he's very kind, the horse, because he's like, I don't know if it was abuse exactly. I'm like, dude,
He is.
that's what abuse is called. Um, all right, so the back up, back up, back up. I don't get hit per se. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Sorry, my son's trying to call me, so I'm like trying to text him and tell him. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Let me just tell him one sec.
Yeah.
He's see. There we go. All right. Sorry, I was texting him from my watch.
So somebody on my side, because
So
you probably can't see my
the
somebody on my side, you probably can't see the
go ahead.
comments over here. Yeah, somebody on my side said if this horse neighs to an answer, I'm gonna lose it. But,
Me too. He did twitch his ears. He did twitch his ears.
yeah, yeah. So if the barn's close, you can go in the barn. I don't need to see him.
There is no service there.
Got it. No worries. No worries. Okay.
Yep.
So what were we talking about? Oh, he's very kind because he didn't necessarily consider it abuse as much of a kind of a lack of knowledge. And ironically, this same person who kind of manhandled him was actually a bit of a softie behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why the horse continued to be kind. I think that's why his spirit didn't
Okay.
get broken, is because this man had kind of two sides. Did I lose you?
makes sense. No, I'm here. I'm here.
There
Sorry.
you are.
It tried to cut out there. But
You're okay.
yeah, that
All right.
makes sense.
Okay. He also does say that before that, I feel like he was bred into a fairly good home and then moved down the line at about a little older than a weanling, less than a year. I don't know if you would know that. I feel horse saley. Almost feel like a horse tail, like the sale barn. Would you know that?
I'm not entirely sure. I know obviously the guy we bought him from, and then I know the guy he was bought from there, but I don't know how he got to that guy's house. Hello.
Got it.
But that may be because he was bred in Nebraska. So,
Okay.
hi, baby.
I
Yeah.
love that. God, he loves you. Okay. Uh, he also said he's so interesting because he says it doesn't really matter. Ask her the fun stuff. Ask her the important stuff.
What's the stuff?
He's laughing right
Um,
now because when you clean his sheath, you laugh and giggle and act like a little kid.
yep, yeah, he oh, you poor baby. he
You're
he
like,
got oh my gosh, what's it he got a oh, I got the pigeon fever and I had to like clean it out all the time. I can't tell you how many Snapchats I sent like sorry buddy.
oh, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, he says you were digging for gold in there for beans too, like it's a prize.
Yep. Well, that's what we thought it was originally.
Oh, that
Do you
makes
think
sense.
it's funny?
He thinks it's hilarious. He thinks it's hilarious. What else do you want to ask him?
Um, I want to ask him if he's happy, if he wants to stay, because right
Yes.
now we're not sure where he needs to go because he's trying not to fit in.
So he said, absolutely, I've never been happier. He says he would love to stay. He feels a little uncomfortable. There's another horse that's incredibly well trained. Let me open my window. Hold on, I'm sweating.
Oh, you're okay.
He said there's another horse that's incredibly well trained that kind of makes him feel a bit self-conscious. And let me explain this horse. It's I think it's another gelding or a very assertive mare. It's they know exactly how to do their job. They're a bit of a diva. They're a bit of a alpha horse. They're also a bit they do tend to get more attention. Would you I want to say it's a I almost want to say it's a paint, but I don't want it. But I think I might have gotten that suggestion from the horse behind you. Would you understand this horse?
Um, I there are two that I think it may be. Um, does he know colors?
Yeah, so he gave me black, but then he gave me white. It's so that's why I thought maybe it was a paint, but I guess it could be kind of do you have a black and white horse?
We don't, but we just sold a white horse on Thursday,
Okay. Would
and
that
he
have
was
been
extremely well trained.
so I'm telling X that he's perfect for what you want him for, and that we could negotiate that there's certain things that you could use him for that would be even more exciting, like junior rodeo, if you bring down the anxiety.
Yeah.
And he's definitely saying he could definitely do that. Is there anything that he doesn't know that you wish he did? That's what he's asking.
I just wish that he knew that I will never ever put him in the situations that he's been put in before. That he doesn't have to give his 150% every single time. He doesn't have to be to the steer so fast. He doesn't have to bust his ass every single time.
He's adorable. He says, I don't know how else to do it, but he says, I love the vibe. I love the energy. I love what you're saying. He really, now, don't take this the wrong way because I'm not trying to trip you. He really wants to stay.
I don't want him to go. I've cried so
Okay.
much. I
He,
know, baby.
yes.
I
He says,
know.
he says the only way that he would want to leave is if it was for like a family that had kids and that he could like, he doesn't want to go back to being ram and jammed, you know, he doesn't want to go back
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. And
Um,
that I've anybody that has wanted to do that, I've said no.
yeah.
So
He said he does like the junior rodeo idea. He promises he would bring it down. Um, all right. Incredibly happy. So what else?
um so this he has a friend and I think they're gay for each other.
Okay.
I'm curious about that.
He's so funny. He's like, horses can't be gay. It's
You
just
can't
a
be gay.
bromance.
It's your
He's just a
bromance.
bromance.
It's,
Is that the one beside him? Is that the
yeah.
paint beside him? What's his
Yeah.
name?
Harry.
Fucking hilarious.
What is he
Okay.
saying? I'm curious. Is he
Yeah.
saying anything through all this?
Yeah. Well, I got to go from like one to the other, right? So let me go from X to Harry. Harry feels like he's giving me the vibe like is he a husband horse? Is he mostly ridden by your husband?
By my mom.
By your mom? Yes, you know the vibe. Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my God. Yes. All right. He, but Harry also enjoys his job. He's like, but I got this. I got this.
Good.
He's also very Eddie steady. He's also very, I almost feel like he moves under people. Like if you were to put someone on there that had an unsteady seat, he's the kind of guy that would move back under their ass.
He has many times.
I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. X wanted to talk about the saddle. He's not really happy with the saddle.
We can change it.
Yeah, he said there's a different saddle pad silicone combo because he's not,
Okay.
yeah. And I
Now,
think he'd be more comfortable. I think I'd be a little less anxious with a different combo.
okay.
He is repeating that it's a bromance.
It's a romance. Okay. They're
Are you
besties.
are you married or no?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because he's showing me a male figure that does come around that I almost feel like he's pinning his ears. I don't know if this is a somebody who helps you clean the stalls or a farrier, but he is pinning his ears and he doesn't necessarily like this person's energy. Would you recognize that person?
Well, he hates every farrier.
Oh,
So I don't know if that's the truth, but I have had what would amount to be an ex-boyfriend come around often, and he's been helping me with my younger horse. So that is not
so
too.
If X could fight him, he would have
He
already
would.
fought him. If he could
Me
bite
too,
him,
buddy.
he would have already bit him. He's he doesn't like his energy. He doesn't like the way he talks. He doesn't like the condescension. He said, "You know more than him and your fucking pinky than this guy knows in his whole body." Like he doesn't dig this guy at all. It's so funny.
Oh,
He
so I
said,
have a comment. One of my good friends just commented, "What's going on here?"
"Oh,
So Matt, uh, this is Mariana. She is. Can you explain exactly? Because I'm
yeah, absolutely. I guess we jumped into it, and everybody on my wall totally understands it. So I'm an animal
right.
communicator, and if you said Matt, he's probably a skeptic. I can feel him from here with his eyeballs going like, "This is bullshit." Um, I know it sounds like bullshit. Matt, you could be next. Do you have a horse, Matt?
He does, and that would be an
I
awesome
know.
read.
Yeah, I would. If he has 1,000 followers, let's do it. I'll call him. Well, here's what happens with skeptics: they look for reasons not to agree.
He said nailed it, by
Right.
the way.
So anyway, I am an energy reader, right? And so that's a psychic, an evidential medium. I just threw my pen. Hold on. Psychic, evidential medium, evidential animal communicator, and a nonverbal communicator all rolled into one. So basically, this works for everything except my own personal life.
Well,
God forbid.
that's how it
I
goes,
know, I'm
right?
kidding. I know. I'm kidding. But yeah, so we're basically talking to the horse. We're talking to X and we're getting what he feels like. We're getting his conversations. We're getting his personality. We're talking to him about saddle fit. We talk to him about his hooves. Talk to him about the farrier. We talk to him about the X. We talk to him about the X owner. And this is what we do. So there was a barrel horse I did one time, and it was hilarious because the horse wanted a cat. The
Oh,
horse kept asking for a barn cat. And so this gal, swear to goodness, went out and had a barn cat within like a day and a half. Big orange cat, full grown. I'm like, where do you just get a fucking cat that likes
right?
horses? Brought the horse back, started putting the horse on or the cat on the dash, and now she has a rodeo cat.
Oh my gosh. Do you
Cat's
need
totally chill. Cat's totally chill. Cat hangs out with the horse. The horse hangs out with the cat.
I
It's
love that.
hilarious. I get pictures of it somewhere. I had it on my TikTok 1.0, but I got banned on my first one,
Oh,
so I have to recreate it. Well, I got a mouth. I got a little bit of a mouth, and I
well,
get baited into. Yeah,
yeah.
right. Yeah.
I work really hard at times.
I don't even try anymore. Fuck it. I'm single. I don't care. I don't care. So we were talking about the saddle pad silicone, the hollow withers not being quite right just yet, but he has every confidence. And then he does bring up the goodies that you buy, and he's bringing me to a. Do you have a red light? Is that what this is, or is
I
it
don't
a
know.
beamer? He's
What now?
bringing. So when I say goodies, I mean like the things that we put on them. Like it's either a magnetic blanket or a beamer
Oh,
or a
oh
red light.
yeah. Yeah, we get the whatever it's called. Whatever, not EMP,
Yeah, yeah,
that's the
yeah,
wrong
yeah.
thing.
I don't even. Yeah, we're so smart, but he loves that.
Yeah. Oh,
He
he
loves that a
does.
lot.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I thought he
yeah.
did. I thought he did because he's like every time.
Loves it. All right, let's go back to Harry for just a moment because X just wanted to talk about his saddle fit. Harry doesn't give a shit about a whole lot of nothing.
No, not anything.
He's like, I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you don't like me. What time is it? What time are we eating? So
Yes. Yes.
if you had a friend that like came around just for dinner and a beer and then left, that's like Harry.
That's
You know what I
Harry.
mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Or 2 beers or the 6 pack and then he leaves. Yes, so that's
Yeah.
Harry. Harry also feels shoeless. Would you understand that?
Yep, he is shoeless.
And loves it. Also loves it.
Good.
Yeah, loves it.
That's a
He's
new
like,
thing.
if you put those high heels back on me, I'm gonna be mad.
Good. Good.
He said, I feel like high heels that are too tight.
You poor baby.
What else? What else? Harry says you can go ahead and play with his sheath like you do Harry, so maybe they're a little gay.
Like,
I mean,
see? I told you. I told you. It's not
yeah,
just a
yeah.
bonus.
It's probably Harry. X is a straight guy and Harry's turning him.
Yeah, Harry's always, he has a very high pitched knicker, always has.
That's hilarious. He's a
Yeah.
trans whore. I'm
Yeah.
kidding for anyone who wants to cancel me. I'm kidding.
He can be
Um,
whatever he wants. It's 2023.
that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Heath Ledger.
So I have questions for Harry, like when he was younger. Does he remember anything particularly stressful?
Yes. So before you go too far, here's what he's showing me. So if I'm not right, we can go back in. But he said the castration process was incredibly traumatic and didn't go well. Do you understand that?
I do.
Yeah. And how dare you?
That wasn't me. That was not me. I was not old enough to make those decisions.
Oh, got it. He's saying for whoever made that decision, how dare you?